Hey guys, welcome to our review of Batman and Robin issue number 0. In this issue of Batman and Robin, we open up a year and a half ago on an island somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean where Damian is actually fighting off some, ninjas from the League of Assassins and also some Man-Bats. And as the fight continues, we are cut off because we go back 10 years ago as Damian's being born and now he's being raised by his mother in the League of Assassins, training with his mother and the League of Assassins as well. And also his mother makes an offer to Damian because, Damian doesn't know anything about his father. So when he asked his mother about it, his mother offered him, until, you beat me in a fight on your birthday, I will tell you or I will reveal everything, I know about your father. And, from then on, that's where this issue, keeps going as we see Damian training with the League of Assassins and his mother, fighting her each and every single year of his birthday. But he keeps failing until his 10th birthday, where we continue and pick up at the beginning of this issue where he's fighting some League of Assassin ninjas and also some Man-Bats. And after he defeats them, he fights his mother and finally he defeats her. And of course, his mother keeps to her promise and tells Damian everything, telling him that your father is Bruce Wayne and he's Batman, the hero of Gotham City or the protector of Gotham City. And in the end of this issue, we see Damian and Bruce meeting for the first time. So yeah, it's a really short summary of this issue because not a lot happens. It just gets straight to the main point. We just see Damian training with the League of Assassins. That's all you see, basically. We do see some moments where Talia and Damian do talk to each other. How Talia is telling Damian that when your training is over and done with, you will be able to, rule the world one day. You will be able to take over the world and rule it with iron fist, something like that. And that's basically all that happens. We just build up to the point where, Damian meets Bruce for the first time. And that's generally it, Something I've been, wanting to read for a really long time is seeing how Damian was trained by the League of Assassins, and this is what we get. And if those people, for new readers out there, this is actually a good pickup because, for people who haven't picked up the New 52 yet, this is a good introduction to Damian and Talia al Ghul, and also, seeing how Damian meets his father for the first time, finding out that Bruce Wayne has a son. This is a really good read. Now, for those of you who are actually still new readers and they are wondering, so what happens after Bruce and Damian meets each other for the first time? What happens afterward? Because that's where we are left off, and it's not going to continue from there, We're only getting backstory for Damian, that's it. We are not getting backstory for how, Bruce and Damian interacted with each other for the first time ever and stuff like that. Because Talia, after, meeting Bruce with Damian, she leaves Damian in his care. And basically they continue from there on. And there is a trade paperback that actually picks up where this issue leaves off, because it does keep the concept of how Bruce and Damian meets for the first time. So for those of new readers or who are still interested in wondering, how everything goes after, issue number 0, I'll tell you what trade paperback you need to pick up. So I just wanted to show you some actually really cute, adorable pictures of Damian, as a little kid. Because, we all know Damian can be a little bit much sometimes. He can be a lot to handle. Or sometimes we don't like him because of his attitude, which I find enjoyable at times because it just shows that he's not a goody-goody two-shoe like all other Robins, like Jason Todd. He has his flaws. He can get pissy and, other things like that. But that's what, makes him different from all the other Robins. But so here's a picture of Damian wearing the Batman cowl. And this is really cute and adorable. And as we've seen in some other trade paperbacks, we do see Damian actually become Batman later on in the series. He actually shaves his head bald. He has a pet cat, and he names it Alfred, which is kind of cute. But yeah, other than that, this is Damian wearing the Bat cowl, which I found adorable. And then later on, what they keep the same concept is how Bruce and Damian met for the first time is that basically Bruce is in London. He's just, at this, yacht, and then later on a whole group of Man-Bats starts attacking, and then, of course, the Man-Bats finally capture Bruce, and then in the end of this issue, you see Damian pointing Ra's al Ghul's sword at Bruce's throat and saying, "Father, I imagined you taller." Now, there's a lot of differences in this, page in the trade paperback that I'm about to show you. So take a good look at this. Pause it if you want. But there are a lot of differences or a few differences in the trade paperback I'm about to show you right now. So right here, if you guys are curious and want to continue where issue number 0 left off, because in issue number 13, we're not going to see what happens next because we're going to continue with a different storyline. Pick up Batman's Son, written by Grant Morrison. This is the trade paperback version. It's really cheap. It's about maybe $10 to $8 on Amazon. Fairly cheap. I like buying things on Amazon. They're really neat because they're always so cheap. But yes, this is Batman's Son by Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison has done a lot of other series, like he wrote the Batman Incorporated series. He's currently writing Superman for the New 52, or I think it's Action Comics, not Superman, sorry, Action Comics. He's also, wrote the old Batman Robin series with Dick Grayson as Batman and Damian Wayne as Robin. He's wrote a lot of other series. He's a pretty good writer. I actually enjoy his writing. But so basically in the trade paperback, this is the difference that we see. So if you want to see, you see Batman fighting off some Man-Bats in the yacht in London. And later on, of course, he gets captured by them. You see him all bloodied and whatnot. He's all got these cuts. And, Talia mentions that, that night the night we had sex, I got pregnant and out came Damian. I trained him with the League of Assassins and, yada, yada, yada. And then we see him here. So this is the first time Damian and Bruce ever encountered each other. And, of course, this is the same thing as the number 0 issue, but Damian's carrying a katana instead of a Ra's al Ghul sword. He's also, Batman's also more bloodied and bruised here than in the other issue. His costume is different as he's portraying the blue cowl and the gray costume, not the black and gray costume. But yeah, that's just the minor differences. But later on in the series, you do see Batman take him back to the Batcave and whatnot. So, yeah, for other new readers who want to continue issue number 0, pick up Batman and Son if you don't, haven't picked it up yet or don't know about it. But this is actually a good read. For those of you who do enjoy Damian's character, this might be a bit of a turnoff because Damian does display a lot of sassy attitude towards Batman, and even to the point where he actually tries to kill Tim Drake, because Tim Drake at the time is still the current Robin, and he tries to kill him so he can be the the next Robin. He's saying like, maybe if I defeat you, if I kill you, I have the rights to be the next Robin. So he's thinking like, if I kill you, I'd be the next Robin because I'm better than you. But yeah, you get to see, of course, the conflict between Tim and Damian, spark in this trade paperback also. So my thoughts on this issue, on Batman Robin issue number 0, not a lot happened. We just get the backstory of Damian, and it was pretty straightforward. Yet it's still an enjoyable read. It's not boring. It's just really straightforward. I enjoyed it as a good read. It's not like so in depth to the point where you can analyze the whole thing of how Damian was trained to be a hard, cold killer or something like that. Well, yeah, it's true because he was trained by the League of Assassins. If you look into that. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. And I would actually rate this a 4 out of 5, for my opinion. I think it was really enjoyable. Nothing, too special, I mean, like, for people who already knew about this, it's not a surprise that he was trained by the League of Assassins and Talia with his mother and stuff like that. But other than that, it's an enjoyable read. I highly recommend, people who haven't learned Damian's backstory, pick this issue up. All the number 0 issues for the Bat family so far have been great. Batgirl has been good, Batman, Robin, and I did read Nightwing and a few other Bat families, issues, which is pretty interesting and really good. So I'm really anticipating this week on Wednesday to actually picking up the other Bat family number 0 issues, like Catwoman, maybe Batwoman, Nightwing, and other ones like that. But yeah, all in all, really good issue. Highly recommend you guys picking this up. And also, if you guys haven't picked up, Batman and Son yet, pick this up as well. But yeah, so that's my review of Batman and Robin. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and liked this review. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. So see you guys.